on YouTube. I want you to definitely, guys, share this information. If you're watching on Facebook or any other social media site, go ahead, guys, and hit the share button as I get ready to share some information with you that I know if you apply this information will, I should say could, and will change your life financially. And so, with that being said, let me jump right into this information. And so, guys, look, my name is Mark Pyers, home-based business tax coach and wealth coach. I'm also the CEO and founder, alongside my beautiful wife and business partner, Mrs. Levita Pyers, of one of the most, if not the only, simplistic tax educational platform where we educate the masses being the W-2 wage earners, okay, the 9 to 5 workers, on the hidden information, the hidden knowledge that is simply not taught in the school system. I don't care at what level, whether it be high school, whether it be college. I don't care what level of college. 30 years has proven that for some reason the school system has been forbidden to teach the masses the hidden secrets of the tax code. And so, guys, that's why I titled this message today, There's One Tax Code in America, but there's two sides. And 98% of Americans are earning money on the wrong side of the tax code. Okay. And so what I want to encourage you to do is grab a pen and a paper. I'm going to try to wrap this up in about 15 to 20 minutes. That's kind of hard for me because when I talk about this information that has literally freed my wife, myself, my family from what I call the plantation of taxation. And I know that that is a very strong word to tie to the government. But I want you to know something, okay? And I learned this through my journey over the last 30 years of being a student directly learning from the IRS. See, I didn't go to college to learn what I'm going to share with you tonight, okay? In fact, like I said, I talk to CPAs all the time. And although they have some knowledge about the tax code, they are not taught at any level in the general educational board to look at the tax code and think of it in a strategic manner. Oh yeah, I'm about to get real serious about this one. oh yeah. See, the school system doesn't teach the CPA how to strategize and understand how to take the information in the tax system and look at how it actually benefits a category of people or penalizes a category of people. Okay. And so when I make this statement, I want you to know I'm not bashing the IRS. I want you to know that the IRS is your friend. You may not feel that way. Okay. But the IRS is definitely your friend. I'm not bashing the government. You know why? Because it is what it is. There's no need to complain about the system if we can't change the system. What do I mean by that? Why do I say we can't change the system? Americans does not have the luxury. I'm not going to say the right. Okay. We have not been afforded the right. Okay. But I'm going to say the luxury. Do you realize that as an American, you have never voted on a tax law that is associated with income taxes before? Have you ever noticed that? And so when I make these statements, I truly want you to understand that this is not a Wesley Snipes conversation, okay? This is not a conversation to get you in an uproar about the United States of America tax code, okay? This is a conversation to get you in a position to learn some information that could put you on the right side of money. I was driving yesterday. In fact, I did a recording. I was driving yesterday and I was having a conversation with myself. I have a lot of conversations with myself. And I said, Mark, get your phone and just hit the recorder, because these conversations that you're having with yourself, with all of this knowledge that God has allowed you to be privy of, okay, that millions of Americans go through their entire lives struggling and trying to make, ends meet, and too much money at the end of the money. And they got great jobs and they've done all the right things. However, at the end of the month, there's no more money. And so I turned on my phone and I recorded the conversation that I was having with myself. And I'm going to release that recording. I'm not going to edit it whatsoever. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I listened to it last night. And even though I was the person that was delivering that conversation in the midst of driving my vehicle, I'm going to tell you right now, it's time to turn off the TV set. It's been time to turn off the TV set. But where we're at right now in this economy, where we're at right now with this financial meltdown, if you don't believe that the United States of America is in the worst financial situation, for lack of better words, okay, and there is no returning to what we have come to know as normal. I'm not saying that to put you in fear. I'm telling you what I know, and I'm hearing it come out of the mouths of the people that has controlled our money since 1913. And I'm talking about the Federal Reserve. Oh, I got some information to drop on you guys. You got to prepare. You got to get your house in order. So let me get back on track. So the United States of America has one tax code, but there's two sides. And some of you watching this are saying, yeah, one for the poor and one for the rich, right? And that's close. The truth is that there's one for the informed and there's one for the uninformed. See, what I learned over the last 30 years, what intrigued me about the tax code, okay, and I'll tell my story maybe in another video, okay, but in 1992, I received an audit letter, okay, and when I got that audit letter, I was in fear of the heading on that envelope, which said Internal Revenue Services. Now, I didn't know who the Internal Revenue Services was, but long story short, I was blessed enough to mention my situation to a person who handed me 13 floppy disks of TurboTax. It took me 2.5 to 3 days to upload these floppy disks on a computer that I didn't even know how to operate. Okay. What I learned during that process is that everything that I had felt inside of me, that fear about the IRS that I really didn't even know existed up until that letter arrived in my mailbox, was false fear somehow placed into my subconscious mind by, I don't know who, maybe the TV set, maybe the television. Okay, get out from in front of that box that's telling you a vision, because somewhere in my subconscious mind, I was taught to be afraid of the very, you want to write this one down, of the very entity that saved me financially over the last 30 years of losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in penalty called taxes that we as Americans think everybody pays. Okay. And I want to let you know that you can legally, ethically, and morally, with a smile on your face, drastically reduce, and many of you can totally eliminate your income taxes when you learn the right side of the tax code. See, this is not loopholes. I hear that all the time, right? Oh, yeah, the rich got loopholes, right? No, there's no such thing as loopholes inside of the tax code. It's either a tax code or a tax law, or it's not, right? There's no in between, right? There's no gray areas, right? It's either a legal tax write-off or it's not. And so what I've learned is that decide where the employees operate, decide where the employees earn money. They are penalized through the tax system because, you want to write this down, there are little to no tax deductions. I'm moving really slow here because I know that this is such a vital conversation, and I know it's not sexy, okay? But I'm going to tell you damn well it pays well, okay? When you walk into your job, after you get this information, and all of a sudden there's an extra $100, $200, $300 in your paycheck each and every week, or each and every two, bi-weekly, your step into work starts to change, okay? And the difference between you getting a instant pay raise on your job, you want to write this one down, is the information that has not been afforded to you. Let me say that again. The difference for many of you from being able to walk into your job and give yourself an instant pay raise without your boss getting a vote, without you having to have a conversation with your boss. Many of you right now are in a position to give yourself a $200 to $300 per month pay raise without working 1 second of overtime. And the only difference in you receiving it and not receiving it is the information you haven't received. And so the employee side of the tax code offers little to no tax advantages. However, I got good news for you. An employee that also learns to operate a part-time business from the comfort of their home has the luxury of receiving what I call Fortune 500 tax savings, Fortune 500 tax deductions. How about this? How about a rebate on what you already spend your money on? And all you have to do is change the reason why you're doing a few things. Let me give you an example. I was talking to a guy yesterday, and this guy drives 47 miles to work and 47 miles from work to home. And I asked him, I said, have you thought about the fact that every time you get in your vehicle and you drive 47 miles to your job, okay, with the price of gas, have you ever thought about the fact that you're literally throwing money out of the window? He said, what do you mean? I said, you have a home-based business, right? He said, yeah. I said, so let me ask you a question. When you get in your vehicle and you drive from your job home, what do you come home to typically do? And he says, I don't know. I get on the computer and sometimes I'll jump on the company's calls or follow up with a couple of clients or customers or people that, see who went to the website, whatever the case may be, right? He didn't realize that he was actually performing, watch this, the same activity that he's always been performing, getting in his vehicle after clocking out from work, driving 47 miles to his house, getting home, jumping on the computer, and trying to chase extra income. He did not realize that he was getting paid 57.5 cents for doing that same activity. Why? Because he was coming home to conduct a business activity. Man, I just dropped $1 million tip on you guys. I just dropped $1 million tip. Let me break down to you what that actually means, okay? So let me do this really quick, and then I'm going to get ready to wrap this up, okay? And so that means right now, between June and December 31st, 2022, the IRS gives a person that operates a business and or a person that earns income outside of a job. Please don't get confused, and please don't get discouraged, and please don't be in fear of the word business, because a business is nothing other than, and let me quote the IRS, an activity with the intent to make a profit, okay? So you qualify right now for being a business owner, okay? He's getting 62.5 cents So 0.625 times 47 miles equals, so that's $29.37 times 5 days a week. That's $146.80 per week, tax-free, that he's been throwing out the window. Now here's why I keep saying we have one tax code in the United States of America, but there's two sides, and most of you are operating on the wrong side. If he did not have a home-based business, if he didn't have a network marketing business, if he didn't have a money-making opportunity outside of his W-2 wage-earning job, he could get zero. He would get zero tax deduction for driving his vehicle to work and from driving his vehicle home. And so as I get ready to wrap this up, let me ask you a question. For those of you hardworking people that you're paying these high gas prices and you're getting inside of your vehicle that you have a car note on, that you have car insurance on, and you're driving to your job to earn income, and the government says that a portion of your income is taxable, and you get no tax deductions for that income that you're earning on your job. However, I'll use myself for example. I go to my 9-to-5 job where the government says that money is taxable. However, when I leave that job, I'm coming to where I'm at right now in my home office. Therefore, the government gives me anywhere between 57.5 to right now 62.5 for every mile I drive, and or allows me to deduct that percentage of the amount of money I spent on gas, car washes, tires, oil changes, detailing the vehicle, maintenance, you name it, baby. It's 100% a tax deduction. However, none of that on the employee side of the tax code has any tax deductible ability at all. It may not sound fair. Remember I said earlier, we don't get to vote on the laws. But the difference between you being able to walk into your job in an economy where we're watching inflation out of control. They said that we're going into a recession. No, we're already in a recession. We're going into a financial depression. And I'm sorry to tell you, and I'm not telling you this because I heard it on the news. I'm telling you this because my brain, my head, my body, my soul, and my education has been into the financial history of this country since 2004. And I can tell you that this has been on the brinks since 1913. And there's no retracting back to what we have become to think was normal. I hope you guys got what I just said, okay? We're not going back, okay? And it had nothing to do with the pandemic. I'm going to leave that alone for now, okay? We'll talk about that in a different live stream. What I want you to take away from here today is this. When you walk away from here, I'm going to give you an opportunity, okay, to learn some information that is penalizing you right now for not knowing it and robbing you of thousands of dollars that you legally, ethically, and morally could keep in your pocket. And I'm going to teach it to you from the entity that 99.9% of people are afraid of. I'm going to teach it to you directly from the IRS. We're going to go directly to www.irs.gov because I don't want you to judge the message because maybe you don't like that I got gray hair. I want you to see. I love that clip inside of the Matrix, that 4-minute clip. Go look it up on YouTube, red pill, blue pill, where he sits down and he gives them the option, red pill or blue pill. And I'm giving you an option right now, red pill or blue pill, okay? It's your choice because no one can tell you the truth. You have to see it for yourself. And so that's my offer to you. If you want to learn how you can legally walk into your job and give yourself an instant pay raise without your boss getting involved. If you want to learn how you can lower or slash your current taxes that are being extracted from your income by a minimum of 20%, and I'll probably show you that in less than 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay, what's that commercial says? That the insurance commercial said 5 minutes can save you whatever. I think it's Geico, right? I don't know if it's Geico or whatever insurance company it is, right? 5 minutes can save you this. Let me tell you something. 10 minutes on the IRS website can save you 20% of what you're currently losing in federal and state income taxes. Is it worth it? I don't know. That's totally up to you. Okay, I'm on a mission. I've been on this mission since 1994. And I can tell you right now that there's never been a more important time in this country for people to wake the hell up and learn that they've been bamboozled. Okay, I'm telling you right now. Okay, you've been entrapped by some greedy, wealthy, elite people, and they taught you what you needed to know about how to operate in a system that penalizes you, that takes a portion of your money to keep you having to be dependent on a job. And then I'm going to show you how they gave themselves a way out of that plan. Now, here's the key. Once you discover it, you get to take part in the plan. That's why they don't teach it in the school system. And so, guys, if you want to learn more, okay, I created a page. I'm going to create a list. I'm going to have a free webinar, okay? And I don't do this, okay? Because I don't have a filter. Okay, I don't hold anything back. Okay, I don't. It's not one of those things where I'm gonna upsell you. Look, when I start talking about this information, I'm on a mission to free people. Because I'm telling you right now, you're financially enslaved and you don't even know it. Okay, you're financially enslaved, you don't even know it. Okay, so all you have to do is show up. So you want to go to www.inthecloset.com. Go to www. I think I put it inside of the description of this video. www.inthecloset.com. Why did I pick a domain, inthecloset.com? You guys want to know the truth? You want to know the truth? For those of you that hung around here for the last 22 minutes, you want to know the truth? See, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. The school system don't give financial advice. In fact, your financial advisor doesn't give financial advice. They give you what they're taught in the traditional educational system that's supposed to be taught to employee mindsets. Okay, they don't teach you in school how to get wealthy. They don't even teach you about the basics about taxes, let alone teach you how to get your money to work for you. Okay, so you know why I named this site inthecloset.com? Because I was sitting downstairs watching the Idiot Box as I was having a conversation with myself, and I thought to myself, Mark, you know what? You guys got that closet up there. It's about 12 by 10 feet. That's about 120 square feet. Why don't you take your computer and put it in that little corner right there and take that tax deductible ring light you got right there. And guess what you end up doing? You end up creating another 6% tax write-off on my light bill, water bill, gas bill, internet, rent. Inthecloset.com. Many of you have been in the closet for a long time. It's time to come out of the closet. It's time for you to get educated and take your money back. And you won't believe how simple it is. So with that being said, guys, my name is Mark Pyers, home-based business tax coach and wealth coach, CEO and founder, alongside of my beautiful wife and business partner, Mrs. Levita Pyers, educating the masses off the plantation of taxation, giving you back the control. Because when you get this information, you can never go back. You can never go back to thinking the way you used to think. Go to www.inthecloset.com. I'm going to send you a link to that private webinar. It's going to, I haven't set a date. I'm telling you, it's going to be somewhere within the next 5 to 7 days. Okay. So you got to be ready. All right. I can't tell you what time it's going to be. But you will get some information within the next 5 to 7 days. And I don't care what's on your calendar outside of death. You don't want to miss it. And with that being said, guys, we'll see you on the right side of money.